Welcome to the second episode of the Username Story. My name is Sarah Wahogo, CEO at Username Investment Limited. Today I'm joined by a special guest, employee number 002. And she will be telling her story from an insider's perspective. Habari yako?
Nzuri sana.
Kindly introduce yourself.
My name is Esther Naima Haemba. I'm currently the sales assistant manager in Username Investment. I've actually been working with Username since 2016.
Wow.
Yeah.
Great. So you've been with Username for how long?
8 years to be
8
precise.
years. Wow, great. How did you join Username?
Okay, initially, as a young person, I was actually doing a couple of job applications. I actually did a couple of them. I actually used to do like 25 applications in a day. So I had actually applied. I didn't even know they were actually going to call me for an interview. So I waited. Then after like 2 or 3 months, I was actually invited for the interview at the Mirage Tower.
So what you're telling me is that there was a job advert.
Yeah, there was actually a job.
And you applied.
And I applied.
And you came for an interview.
I came for an interview.
And you were selected.
Yes.
And the rest is history.
The rest is history.
Interesting. Viewers, can you remember Esther from the trending story of the Username Award, where she won a car as Employee of the Year in the year 2023? You won a car. How is the going now?
Yeah, the going is good. Actually, it has been an encouragement to me each and every day because it's been a journey.
You have finally seen the results or the award of the effort that you've put in through the years.
It is through the years. Actually, it's not just a single day thing. It is actually something that has happened over time.
Wow. So, what was the qualification for winning a car?
Okay, you had to have performed exemplary well. And I know also my other colleagues had actually done even better. Okay. For me, that financial year for the 12 months, I had actually attained and surpassed my target for the 12 months.
So to be the Employee of the Year and to win a car, you have to actually surpass
for me
the target.
I surpassed each and every month. There was a month I actually almost did like double.
What?
Yes, double the target.
Wow, that is incredible. Was that your first car?
Yes, I would say that was my first car.
Wow, interesting. Please take us back to the beginning. What was Username Investment like when you joined the organization?
The first time that I actually joined Username Investment, I remember we were actually in the Mirage, and Ruben actually took me through the process. That time he was acting like the CEO and also the HR, because he was the one who actually did the interview at that time. So the first time I actually went to the Mirage, actually it was I, then there was another employee there's another gentleman that was actually there. So we were two. So most of the times I will find myself alone in the office. As a young person, you are alone, you find yourself social media, all those things. But after like a month, at least there was a breakthrough. We actually had a project.
The directors mentioned that at some point they were fearing that you might actually just disappear because there was no project, nothing seemed to... Is it true?
Yeah, it is true. Even if it were you, actually your expectations when you've actually joined a new company, you'll be expecting that things are actually moving very fast. So I was like, now what is happening? What about tomorrow? What is the future? For any normal person, that would have actually been this.
So a lot of fears.
There's a lot of fear, uncertainty. Did I actually make the right decision at that time? Yeah, because you see that time you hear the other big companies, the other big real estate companies, then you're like, hi, did I actually make the right decision? Yeah.
Wow. So at some point you felt that maybe the company would not succeed. It's too small. They don't have many employees.
Actually, at that time I felt probably it was too small. I was actually uncertain about the future also because of the number of employees. Because I was expecting to come in and meet like,
Yeah, a team.
A team of people. Now I find myself lunchtime,
Alone.
Alone. In the evening, alone. Yeah.
Wow, that is interesting. Now, moving on, what are your favorite memories of your life at Username?
Okay, I would say one of my most, it was one of my favorite, and it was still also a learning experience. It was the first time that we actually went to the Ngong project.
Okay.
Because that time the road was actually inaccessible. It was very dusty. I remember I had actually done my hair. So when I went for the site visit, I was coming back to town. My hair was all dusty. Also the eyebrows. Vumbi imejaa kwa macho. Then I was asking myself, what? Now what is going to happen? Will I continue to be like this? And you can imagine on that time, we actually had about 80, approximately around 70 to 80 plots in Ngong, and we actually sold them. Because the people actually at that time, they believed in us, because they actually saw the potential of that area. So many years down the line, between that time and this time right now, there's actually growth. Not only in terms of the pricing, at least the area is accessible. It actually used to take us like an hour.
What?
From Gongtown up to the site. Remember, you're taking people. You have to convince these people to believe in your product. 1 hour. So right now it's actually 20 minutes. So when I actually look at that, from where we've actually come from, and look at things actually right now, I actually see there's progress, and there are actually people who have actually believed in us, and there are people who have actually grown the organization. Not only internally, but also the customers who have actually believed in us.
What are your memories of your first client?
Well. I remember my first client, I actually sold that client the plot on site, not even in the office, on site, because that time, since we were actually a small company, there was that issue to do with trust. So most people wanted to interact with the product first. Well, that's what convincing was actually an uphill task. Because you're taking these people 1 hour from Gongtown to the place. You have to show this person the potential. Yeah. The first client, I remember, that person, he was actually not financially even stable, because he could not afford that price, 200K. So the first amount, I remember that gentleman, the first deposit, he actually did 50,000 first. So he was like, I'm not really sure I'm actually going to do this thing until the very end.
Then you started following up.
I started following up on that, akaniambia, hey, by the way, hiki tu sikuwa naamini nitamaliza, but the way you actually pushed me and you actually had hope in me, you enabled me to be able, and you motivated me to be able to look for more funds.
Wow. Okay, so you've said that you've seen good progress with the company. What are the specific milestones that you have seen? No, what specific things have you seen change or grow in the organization?
I would say we actually started from humble beginnings. I would say from a workforce of about, apart from the directors are 3, to a staff of about 50 plus staff. We've also done different projects. In terms of projects, the company has also grown. I would say growth in terms of someone who was able to buy our project in 2016 at 200,000. They've also grown in terms of their income base. They're the same people, at least right now, they can be able to afford to buy at 700, 800,000. I can see as much as we've also grown as a company, we've also grown with them at the end of the day. We've been able to incorporate them. Yeah, it's been sort of like a family, because most of them have actually even referred friends. So it's like a Username family. From one person referring friends, referring family members, they've been able to grow the company from 1 to 20, 30, 50, 40. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we are glad that they've actually supported us until right now. And there are people who are supporting us till right now.
Okay, interesting. Looking back to these those days where there was a lot of fear, uncertainty, what advice would you give to that young self, young Esther?
Young Esther.
8 years ago.
8 years ago. Yes, a lot has actually changed. With what is currently happening in the industry, I know trust is actually very, very important. Yeah. It is very, very important. And also building that relationship is very, very important. The reason why we've been able to survive in this industry until right now is actually not only because of the trust and also because of the building the relationship over time. Because for us, you're just not in the business of just selling land. Yeah. We want to provide generations and generations with a place they can call home. And mostly important, we want it to be like a username family, just the way I've told you. Okay. From one person to a family, we've even sold to people in the diaspora. They've actually trusted in us. Okay. Yes. Yeah.
As a person, I believe that you have grown for the 8 years that you've been here. You know, it could be financial, it could be through maturing in your career.
Yes.
Yeah, which areas do you think you have grown most?
Okay, I would say financially, definitely financially, there's growth. There's tremendous growth. Not only for the company has actually provided a platform for you to be able to grow your income. Like in sales, if you're good, you push yourself, you can be able to get much. And you also have to motivate yourself. Also, I would say also in other aspects, there are trainings that the company have also done, that is in leadership. Yeah.
So what is one fun fact that we didn't know for username during username early days?
I remember there's something called Secret Santa that we did during that time.
Was it during Valentine? It was Christmas.
It was Christmas, around Christmas
Okay.
time when we actually did the Secret Santa that time. It was actually interesting because we actually interacted with different members of staff. I was able to know people much better. And also I remember the first team building that we actually did was in Naivasha. We were actually around, it was actually a very small number. It wasn't something big, but I actually treasure the memories of that time. Wow. Yeah. It wasn't something big, it was just a small thing, small group. Traveled to Naivasha, we bonded as a team. And from that, I'm actually able to appreciate the humble beginnings. And actually, when you remember where you've come from, you'll be keen to look where you're actually going to. And you'll be keen to ensure that you don't slip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, if username was an animal, what animal would that be?
I'll say probably a lion. And you ask me why a lion? Yes. Because I look at a lion is brave and it is territorial. It is territorial also at the same time. And when a lion at times when it wants to hunt, they actually hunt in a pride. Similarly, as username, there's username, the organization itself. Yeah. Then we have the top leadership, the directors. The way they've taken the organization, they will not accept it to go down in a single day. They will do everything. What it actually basically means, we are able to address our customer needs.
So we hunt as a pack.
Yes, we hunt as a pack.
Wow, great. We have very new employees, probably a week old, 2 days old. What advice would you give them today?
When you're starting out, even as a new employee, at times I know it's not easy. For us, what we're able to do, we will hold your hand as much as just similarly the way someone else actually held my hand, not only to grow the organization, but also to grow with you at the same time.
Wow, great. We really appreciate your dedication, resilience, and the hard work. Having surpassed targets last year, No, despite the challenges, because we have the obvious
Yeah.
challenges, economy, the clients' buying power is reducing. You
reducing.
know, it was something.
Even the market conditions.
Exactly. And also the price of land, you know, it has gone up
It has gone up.
significantly.
Yes.
So we really, really appreciate you, Esther. Thank you for your commitment to the organization. And we really, really appreciate whatever you do, even hand-holding other members of staff
Yeah, it's
to
very,
train
very,
them.
it's very, very, very important.
Yeah, treating our clients as loyalty.
Yeah.
We can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Asante sana.
Thank you very much.
Viewers, we have come to the end of episode 2 of the username story. See you in our next video.